Hello, welcome to our assembly today. I'm so glad you could be with us. If you've been with us over the last few weeks, you'll know we've been thinking about different senses. We've been looking at what's in the box, and every week it's been something to do with a sense. And last week we did taste, and there was a really tasty banana in there. I wonder if it's going to be something as good as that this week. I just don't know. But I expect my friends Bubble and Squeak will be with us soon, and they'll help me find out what's going on today. Oh, there you go. I can always hear them before I can see them. Hello, Bubble and Squeak. How are you? Yeah, we've had some amazing stories over the last few weeks, haven't we? We had that story, remember, about Hannah, and she was talking to God, but she was so upset that no words came out. But God still heard her. And then we had the story of Jesus changing on the mountain, and he looked so different. We really have had some amazing stories. I don't know. There are 2 senses. There are 5 senses altogether. So you've got seeing, hearing, listening. We've done 2 of those. Tasting, smelling, and touch. Now, we haven't done smell, and we haven't done touch. And I don't know what we're going to be doing today. Do you know what we're doing today? No, you don't. Okay. We need to look in the box. You're right. We need to find out what's in the box. Are you ready? I think it's time, and this might help us find out what sense we're actually thinking about today. Are you ready? Oh! Oh! Oh, dear. Oh, yeah, you think I should close the box quickly? Oh, what a stink. Oh dear. Do you think we ought to open it again? No, I think we ought to, because the children are going to want to know what's in the box. They're gone. Oh no, what do we? Come back, come on. I'll tell you what we need to do. You need to, if something's really smelly, you need to go and take a deep breath. I'm going to pinch my nose. Are you ready? Let's have another look. Ready? Oh, quick, I'm going to put it back. It's all right. I've put it back in the box, guys. There was a stinky sock. Actually, do you know, I think that was a sock that I lost when I came home from the gym the other day. So it was all sweaty and horrible, and that's probably why it's a stinky. Oh, it's disgusting. Well, I'll tell you what though, I bet I know what sense we're thinking about today. What do you think it might be? You think it's smell? I think you're right. I think today we're looking about smell. But I don't know if you can think of a Bible story about smell. That's an interesting thought. Well, maybe that's what's going to happen next. Perhaps we just need to listen and see what Bible story is coming next that's got something to do with smell. Are you ready? Okay, let's do that. So this story is about Jesus and about something that happened when he went for a meal with some friends. Actually, it happened, it says, at the house of Mary and Martha and Lazarus, and they were really good friends of Jesus. And Jesus had done something quite amazing. Lazarus has been dead, and Jesus brought him back to life again. And a bit later on, he went back to their house for a meal. And there was a big dinner with lots of people there, and they were all talking. And then in the middle of it, Mary, Lazarus' sister, one of Jesus' friends, got up from the dinner and went and got a big jar of perfume and soapy, lovely water and started washing Jesus' feet. Now, his feet would probably have been quite dusty because they'd been walking and it was dry. But that wasn't really her place to do that. And actually, what she was using was really expensive perfume. But she wanted to make sure that Jesus' feet were lovely and clean and smelled nice. Judas was one of Jesus' friends. In fact, he was the one who would go on if you remember the Easter story, to betray Jesus to the Romans. And he actually got quite cross about this because it wasn't really Mary's place to do that. And actually, he said that money, you could have spent that on giving food to the poor. There's lots of people who needed that. But Jesus looked at Judas and said, Judas, I don't think you really understand. We'll always have lots of chances to help poor people. That's a really good thing to do. But what Mary's done, she's done because she cares about me, because she loves me. And that's a really special thing. She's made sure my feet are clean. And she's done it in a really extravagant, special way. And people are always going to talk about that. When all the people of the area heard that Jesus was there, they crowded in to see what was going on. But you see, they were looking in from the outside and they would have smelt the wonderful perfume that was being used on Jesus' feet. But they didn't really know all that was going on. And they didn't really see just how much Mary loved Jesus. Well, that was an interesting story, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. It was strange, wasn't it? You were a bit surprised, you say. What's the surprise? You're a bit surprised that Jesus would have had smelly feet. Well, yeah, I do know what you mean. But, well, you haven't got feet, have you? No, it's quite good, because I imagine you two could have really smelly feet if you did have feet. No, I'm not being unkind, I know, it's just how it is. You see, the thing about feet is sometimes they do get smelly, but with Jesus, after Mary poured all that lovely oil and perfume on his feet, I imagine they smelt lovely, don't you? Yeah, that's right. You see, when something is a bit smelly, you just have to clean it, and actually you can make it smell really nice again. That's the amazing thing about it. You've had an idea, Squeak. Oh, okay, you're going to get something. Okay, I'm intrigued by this. I don't know what they're going to get, but they've had an idea. Sometimes Bubble and Squeak worry me a bit with their ideas, but let's see what this one... Oh! Thank you! That's a really good idea. Some air freshener. I think this means we can open the box again now. Are you ready? You might still want to hold your breath because it's going to be a bit pongy at first, but I think with this, we're okay. Are you ready? Deep breath. Quick. Oh, and I'm going to spray the air as well. Spray that. Put it back. I'll tell you what. That's better. There's the sock. Oof, it's a little bit better. I'm going to put the lid back on. I'm going to put the air freshener up there. When I get home, that sock is going in the washing machine. That's where it needs to go. Then it will be clean and then it won't smell. But the air freshener, that was a really good idea. It smells much nicer in here, and we could even open the box without passing out, which is a good thing. Oh, well, there's another story in the Bible you've just thought of. That's right, there's a story about Jesus washing people's feet. That's amazing. You want to go and read that? Well, listen, I'm going to tell you something quite interesting, because that story about Jesus washing the disciples' feet, his friends' feet, that's in a book called John. And that's in chapter 13. And the story we read today about Mary washing Jesus' feet and making them smell lovely is in John as well, in chapter 12. So you don't have to read lots. You can just read that little bit and you've got two stories about smelly feet being washed. How amazing is that? You're going to go and read, are you, Bubble and Squeak? Okay, you go and do that. Enjoy it. And at least you'll smell nice. I am glad Bubble and Squeak don't have feet, you know, because I think they would really smell. But anyway, smell's a funny thing, isn't it? I don't know if you've got a favourite smell. Perhaps it's a flower, a daffodil, or perhaps it's when the grass has just been cut. Or perhaps it's the smell of McDonald's. You see, smells do things. They remind us of things. Sometimes they help us remember things. Sometimes they make us hungry. If you come down and dinner's being cooked but it's not quite ready, I bet it makes your tummy rumble. And the thing about smells is we can't help but react to them. It's automatic. It just happens. We don't think about it. Just go, oh, that was nice. It just happens. But the thing about smells as well is that they change. They don't last. If something smells nasty, you clean it and it smells nice again. It can be changed. Sometimes the things we do can be a bit like a smell, a bit like a bad smell, or there are parts of us that we think are a bit like a bad smell. Maybe if you've got a really short temper and you get really angry and you hurt someone, it's a bit like a bad smell. It's not very nice. Maybe if you're a bit mean or a bit selfish, it's not very nice. It's a bit of a bad smell. And the wonderful thing about what we've been talking about today is that Christians believe all those bad smells can be changed, can be nice, can be made clean again. You see, Christians believe that through Jesus, God can forgive us. And that means what is a little bit dirty and a little bit horrible on the inside, perhaps a little bit smelly on the inside in not a very nice way, can be cleaned, can be made into a nice smell, can be made into something that smells lovely to God again. So I'm going to say a prayer now, and I'm going to thank God that He can forgive us, that He can make the nasty smells nice again. And I'm going to thank Him for the sense of smell, for all it reminds us of and all it does for us, all the ways it helps us experience the world around us. So if you want to join in, close your eyes and say amen at the end, or else you can just listen. Dear Lord, thank you for the sense of smell. Thank you for all the wonderful ways it makes our experience of the world so rich. Thank you too that bad smells don't last forever, that you can change them and make them nice again. Thank you for those bits in us that where we've done things that aren't very nice, you can forgive and you can take the bad smell and make it lovely again. Thank you for your love. Help us to treat each other with respect. Amen.